So you're passionate about Montessori. You're ready to get in there and make a real difference. But, and it's a big but, there's the cost. How do you actually finance your Montessori training? Well, today, we are breaking down the exact steps to make it happen. You know that feeling when you see the tuition numbers and your stomach just drops? Yeah, you are not alone. For so many aspiring educators, that number feels like the biggest roadblock imaginable. But what if I told you it's a roadblock we can take apart piece by piece with the right plan? All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to reconnect with your why, the passion that got you here. Then we'll decode those numbers, build a budget that actually works, uncover all kinds of financial support you might not know about, and finally, map out your clear path to getting that diploma.
First things first, let's just take a second and ground ourselves in what brought you here in the first place. Because this isn't just about finding a job, right? It's a calling. It's a deep desire to guide the next generation in a really profound way.
The passion is there, the belief in the method is rock solid, but it all comes crashing up against that one very real, very practical question. How in the world do you pay for it? That's the challenge we are going to solve together right now.
Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the numbers. That initial tuition figure, yeah, it can cause some serious sticker shock. But the real key here is to look behind that number and understand what you're actually investing in. So, what are we talking here? For most high-quality, accredited online programs, you're usually looking at an investment somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. Now, that range can depend on things like how much mentorship you get in the accreditation level, but here's the shift. Instead of seeing this as a barrier, let's see it for what it is, a specific financial goal we can plan for. So what's actually packed into that price tag? Because it's way more than just a bunch of online videos. We're talking about the entire curriculum, all your digital materials, one-on-one support from a personal mentor, all your exam and certification fees, plus you get access to a whole community of other students and all the tech support you need. It's really an all-inclusive package designed to help you succeed. Okay, we've got our number. Now let's build a plan to absolutely conquer it. This is where we shift from that feeling of sticker shock to having a real strategy. We're turning a big, scary cost into a clear, actionable plan.
Honestly, this three-step process is a total game changer. First, you figure out what you have. Then, you track where your money is going. And finally, you find the gap. And when you do that, you do something incredibly important. You turn a vague, stressful worry into one single, concrete number. That is your target. That's the number we're going to hunt down.
Now that you have your target number, it's time for the exciting part, finding the money to close that gap. And you know what the best part is? You do not have to do this alone. There are entire systems out there designed to support people just like you. Let's look at two of the biggest tools in your financial toolbox. First up, scholarships and grants. Think of these as your best friends. This is money you never have to pay back. Then you've got payment plans, which let you break that big tuition number down into smaller, monthly chunks that you can actually manage. And it's not always about choosing one or the other. A lot of times, the best plan is a mix of both.
And you know, financial aid pops up in more places than you might think. Your very first stop should always be the financial aid office of the school you're interested in. But don't stop there. Look for nonprofits that focus on education. And hey, here's a pro tip. If you're already working in a school, go talk to your HR department. Ask about professional development funds. You might be very pleasantly surprised.
All right, let's pull all of these threads together. Just think about how far we've come. We started with this passionate dream, stared down a daunting number, and now we have a clear, actionable financial plan with a bunch of different ways to find support.
This is the key takeaway, right here. That financial barrier, it's not a solid wall. It's really more like a puzzle, and it can be solved. Your budget is the tool that gives you control, and searching for aid is the support system that helps you build that bridge straight to your goal. You know, Benjamin Franklin just hit the nail on the head with this one. This isn't an expense. It's not just money you're spending. It is an investment. An investment in you, in your future, and most importantly, in the lives of every single child you're going to guide. So I'm going to leave you with this. You have the roadmap now. What is the very first tangible step you will take today? Are you going to calculate your resources? Are you going to research just one scholarship? Or maybe just send one email to that financial aid office? Whatever it is, take that first step right now.